So you called out this story from the Wall Street Journal, which talks about Rick Smith, who is the CEO of Axon Enterprise, and their headline on the story is "Taser Boss Tops Ranking of Highest Paid CEOs with $165 million." Here's the list. Axon makes a lot of stuff that is almost uniformly used in law enforcement. In addition to tasers, they're also, if you are a fan of street level, police citizen videos, you'll notice in the upper right hand corner, the word Axon, and that's that's the body camera, part of that company. The top. All right. So I'm going to talk about who made the Wall Street Journal's top of the list here. Rick Smith, Axon, 165 million. I'm rounding up. It was only 164.53 million. Lawrence Culp Jr. from General Electric, which has made it quite the comeback. 88.95 million. Steven Schwartzman from Blackstone, 84.03 million. And Tim Cook, 74.61. Of course, he's the CEO of Apple. And it's interesting. If you take a look at the chart, again, this is from the Wall Street Journal story that, when did this publish? It came out yesterday. It came out on Sunday. If you take a look at it, you can see sort of what their pay was versus the year before, and then what they returned versus the industry in a graphic form. And I think it's interesting. It's interesting conversation. There's 417 CEOs that are on this list. They're not all, paid like Rick Smith or the other guys that are on the top. But whenever a list like this comes out, the question is, does the CEO earn or merit that kind of pay? And I think that's at the heart of why you wanted to talk about this.
Well, I mean, look, again, as an economist, this is a fascinating topic.
Yeah.
And so, of course, the initial reaction from most people is, wow, no one deserves that kind of pay.
Yeah.
Well, they don't that's crazy, right? Sometimes my reaction is like, whoa, I should be getting paid a whole lot more than I'm getting paid, right? Here's the reality. Nick Bloom, you've heard of Nick Bloom, I'm sure, in the conversation about, work from home. He's kind of owned that debate for more than a decade now. It's done a ton of research. Nick Bloom also did some research on coming up with the Economic Policy Uncertainty Index. Just really, really, really talented economist. Well, he's the co-author of a paper that basically tells you that, look, actually, the firms that are highly productive, right? Or, where the firm productivity is actually linked to higher pay for their highest paid employee, likely the CEO, right? The gap is huge for those highly performing companies. And the way they measure performance in their paper is basically revenue per employee. So these CEOs actually pull their weight in terms of revenue per employee. Like, how much revenue are they able to bring in relative to the inputs, which are the number of employees they're bringing in. And ultimately it translates to higher profitability for shareholders. And that's why they get paid so much money.
Yeah. At the lower, by the way, that list is really fascinating. I mean, and it lists, I don't know, exactly why it's 417, but that is a breakout of the S&P 500's CEOs. And, by the way, did you click through the whole list? Did you see who's number 417?
No, who is number 417?
There's this guy. I haven't really heard of him before. I think it's pronounced Elon Musk. Whose total pay in millions of dollars for Tesla, 0.00. So very interesting. Mark Zuckerberg was number 63. JP Morgan's Jamie Dimon, who, always has something cheery to say. He came in at number 23.
Just for our audience, what do you mean by cheery?
I'm being sarcastic.
What do you mean by cheery?
I think he always say, it's like, you know, you got to respect the man. And I mean, obviously he's, you know, he's built a terrific company at Chase, but it's like always, I just always feel like, you know, if he hadn't gotten that job, he might have been one of those doomsayers that has the YouTube channel.
Yeah. You know, I think he really wants to keep, people on their toes.
I you know what? Hey, look, like, I think part of this conversation is like, you know, what does the CEO do that merits that kind of pay? And like, in somebody like Jamie Dimon, I mean, to be able to hold on to that role at Chase, massive bank, for as long as he has,
with a ton of talented employees. I mean,
100%. But then, but where do the talent why does he have talented employees?
That's right.
Because he's a talented leader. I mean, and if you don't have talented employees, you know, and you have employees, you're probably not a great leader. You're probably not a great CEO. So, I mean, in this conversation, I think it's like, there's always like, how can that one person, you know, in the organization, merit that kind of pay? Well, I mean, they bring value at an extraordinary level. I mean, I don't have right in front of me what, Axon's, total revenue was, but its 1 year return, was 130%. I mean, it's pretty good. All right. I mean, it's pretty good. You know, like you doubled the previous year's results, and then, let's throw another 30% up on top of that.
Let me give you the numbers from the paper. A doubling in firm productivity is associated with 11% more pay for the CEO compared to 4.7% more higher pay for the median worker. Right. So you see, basically, you know, workers do get an increase, but nowhere near, the increase, right? The CEO gets more than double, right? More than double, based on the doubling, as the impact of doubling productivity. And so, yeah, I mean, that's where the gap comes from. So yes, employees navigate towards more productive firms. They also contribute to the firm becoming even more productive. But CEOs essentially, you know, great management is important. Having really good managers. I mean, you hear all the time people leave because of leave companies because of bad managers, right? And so if you want to keep the best, if you want to attract the best talent and you want to keep the best talent, you have to be a pretty talented manager.
Yeah. Well, fun conversation. I look forward to seeing your name on that list, next year, the rising star that you are.
I am not, going to be,
exciting. CEO. It's exciting. It's exciting for me to just be around you.
I am very happy to do what I do. You know, because the market rewards doers.
I don't disagree with that at all. Let's end on that thought.